36ers won one and lost one over the last weekend. Joining us, Sixers coach CJ Bruton. Thanks to ASIC Couriers. CJ, welcome.
Thanks, Rowie. Thanks for having me.
How are you post-COVID? Did it knock you around?
It did knock me around a bit, not going to lie, but I guess there's a lot of people that had COVID and some lingering symptoms, but nothing like a couple of Advil. I feel like I'm taking them like they're Skittles a little bit here and there, but getting through it.
Good man, good man. I'll start with the home game, the Taipans. That was a great response from that other disappointing loss. 83-57? You'd take that every day.
Yeah, any chance that we can get a win like that, the way that we continue to play. I think at the start of the game, it wasn't pretty again. Still lapses there, which, I mean, every team has them, but how they come about and the discipline to just stay locked in, especially at the start of the games, we need to fix that. And then our third quarters, I think, coming out in the third quarters, again, Melbourne game, 6 out, same in New Zealand. We need to find a way to continue to strike it hard and get some points on the board as well as stopping them.
You started well over United. The second half, they were a bit too strong. You lost that one 101-74. So what pleased you about the start in that one?
I think the way that we executed, I think the discipline to stay locked in and to do the little things. I think we built ourselves a lead and we were taking the right shots that came our way. And I think when you're playing a team like that, if you take the right shots and take the air out of it, especially playing 2 games in the same weekend, it becomes tough with the bodies and the numbers and the depth of this game, and this is where United have that, and then even bolstering their roster, getting Baba back will help them as well. But the depth plays a role, executing plays a role, and then slowing it down. We're a team that we don't score 100 points, Rowie, so we need to find a way to keep that score. If we're playing in the 70s or the 80s, then it's good for us. So that second game, I tried to play a little bit faster. I changed our lineup a little bit as well. I think Dino went with Achul and I think he just went big. And I said, I'm going to combat that. And eventually he came back and went smaller. And when I went back to our bigger lineup, we were all out of sorts and we weren't executing properly. Yeah.
Depth of your roster, it has proved to be a little bit of a problem. I loved our skipper's spirit those last 2 games, the win and then the loss. Mitch McCarron and DJ, they're really digging in, but you just need a bit more support, CJ. Yeah,
I mean, that's part of how our season's been. But in saying that, some guys have stepped up over the absence of Todd, who had COVID last week, and we have Jamie Perlman, our assistant coach, who has COVID now. So having different people to step up and take that role. I think Tad Duffermeyer, he came in and did a major job over the weekend against Cairns and controlling the team. Came into the starting lineup and contributed with some great minutes in both games, I thought, and made some standout plays. And Mo King is starting to shine again, and we just need to keep finding a way to contribute and get other guys to contribute as well.
Yeah. It's your first year in the driver's seat of the bus. I bet you didn't think all this COVID stuff was going to happen, let alone you get it. How are you, CJ? It's a bloody tough gig coaching, isn't it?
It definitely it has its challenges, but I've watched my father do it for many years, Rowie, and then for myself playing this game for 20+ years, and seeing different coaches and different teams at different times ride the wave, and other teams that weren't able to do it. But now in the driver's seat and being able to coach a team and lead a team and build the culture, as you know, most teams have the culture already ingrained in them, which is where, right now, if you look at the NBL, the way that Perth Wildcats have had it ingrained in them, and it hasn't just been, it's just happened. It's been there and sustainable, and you know that it works. And you've got to put the right pieces in place, and there's a lot of guys that move and shuffle around each year, and those guys that keep moving and shuffling, they're shuffling for a reason. You've got to find the right guys that fit what you can add to your group and how they help your team. And I think it's no different. But right now, we've got games to win, and it's working with the group that we've got to go and get these wins, and the understanding of how we go about winning it, how we go about playing a style of basketball that suits this group and helps us win, and then playing it with pride as the 36ers have for number of years.
Has the ship sailed on a new point guard for this season?
Yeah, that when Castleware when that fell through at Castleware, I think it was.
Okay.
We don't have a chance to. Well, we have a chance to bring someone in, and at this point, it's what's best for the group right now, and how do we get the most out of our group? And if you bring a point guard in, will that kind of be disruptive, especially at this late of the season? If we had done that before JVG had moved on, I think that would have been ideal. And when that didn't happen, we have really a short window to make this happen, and I narrowed it down and put all eggs into one basket, thinking that if this comes off, I think this is our best chance of being successful and making the playoffs. Good
luck Sunday, CJ.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Great, man. This Sunday we take on South East Melbourne home, 12:30 tip-off. Can get your tickets, adelaide36ers.com.au.